Alright, so check this out. So if you got the new 28-75 Tamron 2.8, I was having some issues with updating the lens firmware. Um, in this video by this guy, he does a pretty good job of showing it. But if you need to find out your lens firmware, it's pretty much you just have to go to version in your thing, and you'll see with the Tamron lens, you'll see 0.1. I was running into an error to where I was downloading the software from the site that everyone says download from the Tamron site. Did through Mac. I was running it's this one that it'll look like, and I was getting a connection error. So I had to do hours worth of research, and then found someone pointed me to Brian Smith, and he says to download this driver. So once you go click here, you go to that one, and then you download this driver. It runs you through this. It runs you through this. And I was still not kind of getting anything. You got to follow these directions, which I try to rush through, but I ended up having to follow them at the end of it. But one step they were missing was you download this driver, you do all that stuff. But one additional thing it tells you is to run the system software updater. There's no link to it. So I had to just highlight this system software updater, searched it through Google, and then I came to this link. So system software update, right? I did it for my camera. Um, so your camera will most likely be different. So you could do it for the A9, A7 III, but I would just highlight this and then Google system software updater and then R3 or whatever your camera is. Once you run that, um, they will it'll come up with this thing. And you have to run this thing. I can't really show you again because mine just updated, but type in this stuff. Make sure your system preference is this, and you'll open anyways, do the passcode thing and all that. But once you run that, and that, it just follow the steps through that. Um, that runs, and then I went back to the Tamron thing, and it found it was able to update. I was able to run this updater, and then it recognized my lens. I did this whole process open. It's not really going to show anything anymore, but do the passcode, and then it shows version 1. This is the error that I was running into that I'm sure some folks are running into. It says this right here. Could not find a camera applicable for this update. So that took me hours to find. Ended up having to put it on a Facebook group. Someone forwarded me the Brian Smith link, and I just had to do the research from there. So hopefully that helps. And updating the Tamron lens.